So this transport, this local in, local out is nothing but a calling a function actually. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have a program. Within that program, you are calling a function. For that purpose only, we use local in, local out. So, for example, you get all the data here actually, right? You retrieve the file and all the stuff is here actually, right? Then you have a hash map, then you have call process, correct? Now,
Mm-hmm.
when you say call process, then whatever the file we retrieved, right? That
Mm-hmm.
file will be that file we are going to process it over here actually, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now I want to do a debug. For my debug part, my this filter is not working fine actually. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
but I have to do the debugging only for this assembly. Correct. Why my
Mm-hmm.
splitter is not working? Now you think that hash map is having like another 10 components here actually, right? So whenever I run this integration, then hash
Mm-hmm.
map also will run, right?
Yeah.
Because it is in the flow, it is coming actually. Correct. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to run or I don't want to take that much time because hash map is working fine. For me only the call process is not working. So then what you can do? You can remove this actually, which means you can skip that function and then go to call process directly. So which means you will go and check what is the debug, I mean, failure happened over here actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is, so whatever the local in, local out that we do, this is
Mm-hmm.
purely for a, our easy maintenance and deployable actually code, right?
Yeah.
Easy
Yeah.
maintenance and deployable code. See, when you look at it, look at here, now this is, it says call subroutine. I'll do one thing, I'll just rename this to right one. Now, process records. So now if you look at this, any studio programmer, so this is this we call what we call a main assembly. Come on. So this is my main assembly, correct? So
Mm-hmm.
in this main assembly, just by looking at it, okay, so this studio, I'm not looking at this code and all. Okay, so now you think that you're looking at only this, right? So now looking at this main assembly, I know that okay, so we have a start in here. Then I'm calling a RAS and then getting the record, getting the data. Then there is a record that I'm processing here actually, correct? So you can
Mm-hmm.
understand what is your program is doing just by looking at only one swim lane, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you can go, okay, now I want to see how my RAS is calling. Then you can just right click and then go, and it is
See.
over here. Okay, I'll just look at it. See, right now what you see, only like what, three, four swim lanes, correct? But
Mm-hmm.
there are studio programs where you may have like 15, 20 swim lanes,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you build such a complex uh, uh, studio program, then you have to look at each and every component if it is not designed properly, right? Or if it is not built
Yeah.
properly. Correct. Yeah, for
Okay. Yeah.
that purpose only we do this.
Mm-hmm.
So now I will fetch the file, right? So now at the end, you need to bring the data into a single format actually, right? You get a Excel file and then you get a CSV file, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or any other format file. In Studio, you want to process the record, then it should be transformed to XML actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So your
Mm-hmm.
Excel file you will transform into an
Excellent.
XML, right? And then your CSV file you will transform into an XML. Correct. So once you transformed, what you can do, you can store that value into a variable,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And then the same way, the CSV file also you can transform and then save it into a variable.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have two variables that is holding both the XML value. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after that, what do you want to do? It's up to you, right? You want to merge two XML, we can merge it as a single file and then we can go for it,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you want to process both the files, you can pick up, individual variable and then process it. So you have to bring, you can merge like, two different, like for example, you have, uh, you have like something, an employee you have in one XML file actually, correct?
mm,
Right?
mm, mm,
And then
mm,
you have a compensation grade in the another CSV file, which is converted into XML. Okay.
mm,
Now,
mm,
it's not making sense to merge employee file and then compensation grade file. It's not making any sense actually. Correct.
yeah, yeah.
Right? But if your employee file, so you get Excel also employee file and your CSV file also employee file, and all
Mhm,
the columns are exactly matching, or some or the CSV is having like 10 columns, Excel is having like 20 columns. Then what
mhm.
you're going to do with the remaining 10 columns? Right? Are you going to leave all the columns empty? That you have to take a decision actually. Correct.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So once you take the decision, then you can merge both actually. Then which means you'll be having one XML file that will have 20 records for the Excel transformation. For CSV
Mhm.
transformation, we will have only 10 records actually. Yeah. So there should be a common aspect to merge it actually. Come on, we have a command called dot append.
Dot append. Okay.
Yeah. So that append will make sure whatever the data that you have now that will get appended actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So this all this code and everything, in a community you'll get it actually.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can just go and put, I want to append two XML files. What is the command?
Mhm.
Right? You
Oh,
will get it actually.
oh, I see. Okay.
Okay. See now what we are doing here. So this one, right? So here what we are doing, if there are two files are there, we pick up
Mhm,
first file and then process, and full process gets complete, and then we'll go for a second file and then do a process actually, right? It's a
mm.
one file at a time we do it. Right?
Okay.
Whereas sometimes your customer will say, now you have to fetch all the files, right?
Mm,
And then bring it as a one file. I mean, merge all the file into one file and then
mm.
process it, right?
Yeah.
If they say that way, that's the only time we see that merging has to happen, right? You see, you're expecting one file, for example, right? And you got the file, but that day your integration did not run and the file is lying there only, right? And second
Mhm.
day, I mean tomorrow you got another file. So which means the downstream system is going to send the file in the same format actually, right? Format is not going to change on a
Yeah.
day-to-day
Yeah.
basis actually.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in that case, it is making sense to merge both the files actually, because your column name and your field list and everything is going to be same actually. Correct.
Mhm.
So there won't be any merging problem due to columns or mismatched data and all those stuff actually. That's where this router will look for all the files actually. It will pick up
Oh.
all the files. Okay, if you don't put this strategy doc iterator router,
Mhm.
then it will pick up only that one file which is matching.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay.
So
Got it.
this router is meant for doc iterator, right? The
Dot
name
it.
itself says, right? Document iterating. Yeah.
Oh.
So this will make sure I'm picking all the files.
Got it.
Okay. And if you don't have this, then it will pick up only one file. Then the second file will not be processed actually. Yeah.
Got it.
Good. Now what to do next? Mm, 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 mm. Just thinking. Open. Okay.
So
So
if you
here.
can come down to, it says, can you come down a little, Suresh? Just a little up.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is that I have to
It's
search? You tell me.
degree ID. Can you just search degree ID?
Control F.
Degree underscore ID.
Control F. Not searching. 1 second. See, the moment you say
Mm-hmm.
delete true, what does this mean? So we are going and deleting the education qualification from the existing profile actually. We delete all
Mm-hmm.
and then we
Mm-hmm.
add, right? So it's like a
Okay.
truncate everything and then add a new data into qualification, education qualification actually. So first of all, you have to do this analysis, right? Whether can I pass 2 degrees in one itself,
One
right?
as such. Okay.
Right,
Okay.
if
Mm-hmm.
2 degrees are not allowing here, then can I replicate this tag? Right now, can you try
Uh,
this one? Otherwise, generally it will not come this way, right?
mm-hmm.
So the earlier way only it will come. So something like degree ID two times putting it. On a very high level, I'll just tell you what is happening here. Will that work? What we are going to do? We can't deploy and show then, right? The output as such. Do they say? No. You apply a job application for that, correct? Then you are becoming an applicant for that application, correct? So you
Yeah.
will become an employee only when you are hired. Until then, your name will be available in the system as an applicant. When you apply for a company for a job, you are applicant to that company, right? When you clear the interview, then you got hired, then you become an employee. Until then, even if you don't even if you don't join the company, right? You applied for the job, so your name will be available in their DB, okay? And that in Workday we call it as applicant. Yeah. So we will hire a applicant and then we will do a termination of an employee or contract contingent worker. Okay. We'll create two items. So when I terminate an employee, I have to make sure that the whatever the request that I'm sending for a termination, right? That employee should be available in Workday. Correct. Okay. Now I'm trying to terminate some employees. I got employee something like this actually. Only this employee is valid employee ID which is available in Workday. Remaining all not valid. Then I want to log that employee ID saying that this employee is not there in the system and I can't terminate that employee. I have to put a error log actually. Logging we are talking here. Yeah. So these two items if we close, then we are good actually. Okay, now
Perfect.
the bi-directional, let's put this way. Okay, now bi-directional is nothing but, so here I got 3 plus 3, 6, the 6 IDs I'm getting it actually, correct? Now,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the employees that I have updated into Workday, you send the data to downstream system again. So, which
Yeah.
means you got this file, you updated 23457, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And whichever the employee you updated, you send the data to downstream system. Then you have to capture this output in a file and then send the data to downstream system. Then it becomes bi-directional, right? Otherwise, you send the data that is not updated or not terminated, which means if it is 23457 is the only ID that is processed, then remaining 5 IDs I have to send to the downstream system, correct? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever the termination did not happen, or whichever the employee, for whoever the employee the termination did not happen, send that data to the system that has sent to me actually, right? The termination data is coming from another system, for example, right? So you process the record, and whichever the record that's not processed, you have to send it back to them actually, right? How we do that? Bi-directional actually, right? You get all the records and then put it in a file. They want CSV file, you create a CSV file and send these 5 records back to them actually. Karthik? Now otherwise let's put this way. Now another bi-directional I was saying, your system is requesting data. For example, this
Mm-hmm.
246 records are there, right? in bidirectional, what will happen? This 6 employees are there, right? These 6 employees, I want some basic information from Workday, okay? But I want it only for the employees that I got it in the input file actually, right? You may be having 10,000 employees, but I don't want the information for all actually. For example, I want name and date of birth and nationality, for example, right? You want to apply a visa, okay? So for that, you want a nationality of an employee, right? So now your downstream system will check the new employee that they got it. They want to check what is their nationality. That's your ask actually, right?
Okay.
This is a real-time scenario I'm talking about. Okay. At that time, what you are going to do? You are going to check. Okay, I got 6 records, and I have to send the nationality for them. So here it is going to be nationality is going to be empty actually. Correct.
Okay.
This is empty.
Yes.
Yeah. So now you got this file from them, and you are going to send this file back saying that this is US citizen, right?
Okay.
And this is Indian, right? And this is European, not European. Let's put it Germany, right? You fill this data and send the data to them. Then based on that, okay, now the company is in US. Then I can process H1B for these guys, Indian guys, German guys, right? So like that,
Okay.
they'll take the data actually. So this is real time. We have built one integration
Okay.
like that.
Okay, sir.
Okay. This is one. Then what else? So this is nothing actually. So same what I mentioned, right? So here we are adding one more field. That's all. Nothing else.
Okay.
Correct. So otherwise it is going to be same only. Yeah, I'll just explain you as part of when I just do it actually. Okay, so now we have this report.xml, right? You can run this XSLT and XML here itself in Studio itself. Okay, now you have an XML over here. Now you click on this, run report XML, then it will ask for select an XSLT file for the transformation, right? So which file you want to do the transformation. Now add file. Do I have any XSLT over here? Unfortunately, I don't have it. As of now, what I'll do, I'll just close it. This is a report.xml, right? So where does it come? This report is there in inbound, right? Or outbound? Okay, so here it is. Right, now what I'll do, inside this, I'll create one more other XSLT. Next. This is, let's go test.xml. Sorry, XSLT. Next. 2.0. Finish. Done. Ready? Now I have this. Let me close this. I have this report.xml. I have a test.xslt. Correct? Both are there in the inside where it is. It's a outbound. In the outbound, we have report.xml and then test.xslt. Now I stored this. For this XML, I want to run our transformation. I want to do it using this test.xslt. Right. So I have only the basic, let's say the basic structure only. I have it here. Okay. Now how to run a XML against the XSLT? You select the XML, right? Report.xml I selected. Then click on this run report XML. Then it will ask for a XSLT file that is required for a transformation. Now here what is a add file? So this is there as part of where? This is there as part of outbound WS sorry WSR. So we have test.xslt and give here okay. Okay, you want to show okay, no problem. Save both. Now it is running. We got output XML. What? Empty output XML. You see here what is happening on top? There is a .xml you have. There's a .xsl you have. I'm running a
Yes.
transformation, and it has given me a report.output.out.xml. Very good. How
Yes.
to run a XML file against XSLT in Studio?
Yeah.
Oh, good. You have this XML,
Uh-huh.
and then you have a test.xslt,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to run this XML against this XSLT. How do you run it? Go click on report.xml, which means the page should be active. On the
Mm-hmm.
report.xml, click
Mm-hmm.
on this run icon, add file. Where this test.xslt is there, it is available as part of outbound. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going inside test.xslt. Okay. Now I selected the XSLT. Okay. And it is running. The transformation is done. Now we are getting empty XML file actually, right? I'll get the data later. Now it
Mm-hmm.
is all about just how to run it. Now what is that I'm going to do here, right? So I have a test.xsl. Let me put a, I am going to, I'm going to select the record from here actually. But this record is having, what is that it is having? There is a namespace that is having extra here. What is the namespace here? So this one, so this report is having a namespace. So you copy that namespace. That's your first job actually. Right? Copy the namespace at the end. Copy this. Go to your XSLT and then add it at the end. So you put a space here. Control V. Now you added the XML Workday namespace we have added here actually. We got?
Yes.
Yeah. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add one XSLT tag. XSLT colon. What is that I'm looking for? Let's put value of, right? So in this value of, generally what we do, we go inside, sorry, value of select equal to, so here you will be giving the value that you wanted to select actually. Okay. So which value you want to select from this XML actually? Okay, I want to select the employee ID. This is my employee ID. What is the XPath for this employee ID? How do you get it? Double click this and you got the employee ID path actually. Correct. Now, will it work
Mm,
if I give this path over here? We are already inside the template match.
yes.
We did it on
Yes.
the root actually. Correct.
Yes. Yes.
Right? So we have to give it only on the out actually. So now that I have employee ID, now I'll put a, I want to put a tag for that employee ID, right? So this is my employee ID. When I give an employee ID tag here, I have to close the tag also. How do you close it? End with employee ID. Alright. Now I created one tag. I'm selecting a value from my previous report XML. Alright. And then printing it over here. Okay. There you go. Uh, so now what we are going to do, we're going to run this actually. Let's see how it is going to come. It will not come properly. You know that. But still, I just want to put a run actually. Add file. It is there inside outbound. And go, test, go, okay, run it. What happened here? So we just got some employee ID with the namespace, that's all. We didn't get it properly, right? So now, why we haven't got it? Now let's go a little different actually. All right, so here, so there is a template match that you have given, all right? After that, in the template match, so we have a multiple employee IDs over here actually, correct? So how do we, sorry, how do we transfer through the multiple employee IDs? All right. So, so we have to go for a for each. I'm just looking for a document that I had it actually. It will be much easier for me. Uh, a second. Hmm. Okay. Okay, so now what we do? So here, so we have all the versions and stuff. Everything is here actually, right? And then in the template, I want to add a for each actually. Right? So now let's put a for each. How do you put a for each actually? I have many employee IDs here, correct? Right? So when I give the XPath I have to give specifically for one employee ID, right? Instead of giving one employee ID, I'll go for a for each, right? So how do you go for a for each? Let's put a XSL colon for each. So this is how it is. Now for each, we have to give a space actually, right? From where we have to fetch it actually. For now, which tag is for each, it will go. So you matched here actually, correct? So let's do one thing. Let's not confuse you. So though your slash is matching here, you know what does this mean, right? So your slash and your root node is same actually, right? I'm just giving it the tag name so that you won't get confused. So first I'm matching a template match, which is going for a WD colon report data. Now, which means you are in this cursor. You're in this place when this first line is running actually, and then for each report entry, because the each report entry only has the employee IDs, right? Now I'm taking this for each report entry, going to test. Now this is what is happening for each WD colon report underscore entry. What do you want to do? You want to pick up the employees actually, correct? For each gets closed here actually. Save.
Okay.
So this slash is nothing but report data,
Yeah.
correct? If you know XSLT.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't know, that's where I'm saying, let's put the exact match actually. We are template
Yes.
match, we are just matching to the root node, which is the report data. After that, for each report entry, go and select the data from the previous one actually.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I'm inside report entry already. Do I need a report entry here?
No.
Then I'll remove this. Now what is happening? Now let's see whether this is fetching the employee ID or not, first of all.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right? Then what you do? Same. Go, run, add file, outbound, test, go, output. You see here? What is happening here? Okay, let's control A, control shift F. That is the shortcut actually. Have you got all the two double
Yes.
two?
Yes.
I mean all the employee IDs?
Yes.
So here, so we are getting this XMLNS, this one. Need to check why this. So we can remove it actually. Hmm. Just checking which one will kill this. XSL version. Exclude result prefixes WD. Okay. Now what I'm going to do? I'll don't save. I added this one more line actually. Correct. Now I'm going to do report XML, run, add file, go there, pick up, pick up, pick up, go. Now is it looking neat now? Result prefixes, right? So it will apply the. So I was telling yesterday, right? The each field we are telling that I am getting the field from this report actually, report namespace, correct? Hmm? But when you don't give this, then the XML WD will be coming for each and every field that you are generating. So there we are telling explicitly that exclude result prefixes that are having WD. This command remove the ones that we had it in the front. Hmm? We good? As this XML looks complete for you. We don't have a root node. Did you notice?
Node.
All are
Yeah.
employee ID actually, correct? So it is not a well-formed XML. So when I say well-formed XML, it should have a root node and then the sub nodes you should have it actually, correct?
Yes.
So how do you add a root node? Right? This is a for each actually. Before for each, I'm saying this is my root node, right? And then my root node is ending here. I am not closing. Give me a second. I know missing end tag. Then it should give me the end tag by putting. Okay, I'll type manually. Is it gone? Okay, template. So okay, so I just put it inside template actually, correct? So this is outside template. You understand what the problem is? Now it's gone.
Yes.
Understood, right? What is the problem? Because I put it inside template, so root should be closed properly actually, right? So now I added a root tag now, right? So I had a root tag and then employee ID I have it. So now that you have employee ID, now your structure is ready. So this is your structure, correct? Now after that, whatever you wanted, you can just add it, right? Now I want the second field. What is my second field? What is
POP.
that I have it here? We have a name
L-
here. Actually. Legal name I
Name.
have it actually, right? Legal name I'm changing it to just name, right? And this employee ID I'll change capital letter. Let it look proper. Yeah. So name I wanted, and after that, what I want, I have a date of birth actually. Correct. Now next one, date of birth. Okay, I'll put DOB only. Done. Now I want to get the name here. What do I have to do? What is it I have to
Same.
type?
XSL value of select.
Yeah,
Value of select. Yeah.
exactly. So you can do this way. You can type all the XSL colon value of, you can type, that is one way, or you can just copy paste from above. Right. Now the moment you got one output field, then you copy and paste it here and copy paste it here. What is that I'm going to change? Only this select field alone I'm going to change it. Correct. Instead of employee ID, I have to get the name. Instead of employee ID, I am going to get the name. What is the name? WD, legal name. Copy this, go to XSL. Now you have legal name, right? And then report, you want date of birth, go here, put the date of birth. What is this error? Must be terminated by matching end tag. It is terminated, no? What is the problem here? Okay, you know what is happening here? I copied only half.
XSL value of, yeah,
Value of is
value of.
not closed actually, but I can self close also. You know how to write? This is self close. You have an idea? Self close. Now error will go away. I can close the tag something like this, or I can close the tag as a self close also. Okay. Now run this. Run. Pick up. Outbound. WSR. XSL. Go. Don't say. What's the problem? Replace editor content. Okay. So now Control A. Control Shift F. What's happening here? You got all the employee IDs, correct?
Yes.
But everything is coming under one root tag, right? But I could not able to find out which employee, I mean, where the employee data is getting ended, correct? Then what I need to do here? I need to introduce another tag here. If I put an, so this is where the employee gets over, correct? So if I put a tag something like this, Will it look proper?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Otherwise, what happens? You are getting all the employee IDs in a single line, which is not, it is confusing to read actually. Correct. Right? If it comes like this, then it will be much easier to read. Correct. How do I do it? Now again, close this. Go to your XSLT. I want to put an employee tag on top. So here we add
I'll
employee
go.
tag. Alright. Now Control X, Control V. So you got test.xsl. I put an employee here and I'm going to run it again. XML, go, add file, dot bound, WS, WSR, go. Now I got it in one file. Alright. Right click, go to source format. That'll do it.
Oh,
Keyword what you can do, right click, source, you see here, control shift
Control
F.
Shift F. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Then you don't need to go and do all this actually. Okay, so now I got a proper XML, right, with root node and then individual employee tag and everything. I got it, right? Now I want to do the next one. What is the next that I want to do? I want to check what is the string length of an employee ID. Know what I'm saying? I want to check what is the string length of this Workday employee ID. How do I do it? I want to get LENGTH. My typing. What is LENGTH? Okay. Now what is that I want? I want the employee's length actually. Correct. How do I put it? Now here I'm going to use string actually. So the string is string hyphen length. Okay. Open bracket and this. What's happening? So here it's not closed. Self close I've done. Very good. Now what it will bring? It will bring the length of this employee ID. Right? Now I have a date here actually. Hire date I have it actually, right? I want um, I want only the year actually. Okay. How do I get the year of the date of birth? Now copy this, put it in the down. Instead of DOB, you say I want only year. Alright. And how do I get the year? Here we go substring. SUBSTRING substring, and I want starting from first character. I want 4 values actually. Yeah. Should we run this? So what we are saying? Pick up the value from first to fourth.
Okay.
Okay. Now run this. Okay. Control Shift F. Okay. What do we got it? We got the length of the employee ID 5. We got the date of birth 1973. Alright. And let's come down. The date of birth is empty here. So here also empty tag we got it. Yeah.
Yes.
Now Don't save. Now, now you asked if condition, correct?
Yes.
So what is that you want to do? So if date of birth is blank,
Null it.
yeah, SSL. Wait a second. Okay, let's go. So here, what I want to add, if I, what is the XSL colon F, right? Now this is my if condition. Control X, Control V. Good. Now what is my condition? My condition
Mhm.
is if date of
Date of
birth,
birth is empty.
yeah, if date of birth equal to, is it equal to or not equal to?
Equal to empty.
Equal to empty, then do this. It's not equal to. That's what I'm asking. Okay. Now, if date of birth is not equal to empty, then print this tags. Right. Now let's run this. See, now what is happening in XSLT? I clicked on it. Correct. Then it is looking for a XML input file. Right. I can do that way also, but let's go from here actually. Right. So XML. I don't want to confuse you. Go. Click. Okay. Go. XSL. Checked. Run. Control Shift F. So you have a date of birth and year here actually, but if you come all the way down, you don't see the empty tag here. Correct.
Yes.
Because there is no date of birth present for that employee. Now instead of here, cut
Yes.
this
Yes.
and then before employee tag,
Yes.
you
Yes.
say that you're coming in. When you come in, you check if the
Exactly. Okay.
so this is after employee, right? Control V, Control S.
Yes.
Now in XML, run this. Go, 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 go. Don't say. Replace. Now what is happening? There should not be any employee without date of birth.
Yeah.
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 So XSLT, it's all about where you put the condition and how you put the condition, right?
Yeah.
If your requirement says don't show the tag, but I want all the other values to be present, this is how you'll go,
Yes.
right? Or if it says if date of birth itself is empty, right? Then don't go for that particular employee, right? Or you can check whether that date or year is greater than whatever it is actually, right? That also you can check actually. Yeah. Any condition you want to put it here, you can use it actually.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now, so this is your base now, correct? So you have a for each condition, you have a if condition, you have a two substring condition, correct? Now go to W3 schools and then search for XSLT, right? And XSLT transmission, whatever we are talking. But see, actually, here they'll be talking more of like a uh, HTML page build actually. Okay, that's how it will be given. So don't get worried about that part. But what I'm going to ask you is the functions. So where is the functions? Expert introduction examples for each. Hey, 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 hey. XSLT and then substring. Substring. Yeah, so we got it here directly. Yeah. So now you got the function reference actually. Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
So from here you go, you read this actually. Correct.
Yes.
So you read this and then understand what you wanted actually
Mm-hmm.
and try to apply that actually.
Yes.
Yeah. Now concat you wanted actually. Correct. So how to do the concat here? So concat string and string. That is what it says. Now
Yes.
go to your here and then say this is emp employee ID and uh, name, for example. So now I want to concat employee ID and name actually.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll go for this one. So here I have. So how do we go? Concat. One second. Control B. We got concat. Now insert and got comma you want right? Yeah. Now this is going to be your employee ID with legal name actually. Correct. So don't say report go. You got it? Ah, very good. This has come as it is actually. What is that are we missing here? Uh, uh, is it because of single quotes? I have to bring that inside? No. Exactly. Concat. Right. So where is it? We have to give it inside single quotes. There is an escape code that we have to go. Let me check. Is it going? Hmm. My bad. One sec. Okay. I'm okay. Not sure whether this will come. Let me check. String inside string is going to be little. I'm just on the fly. I'm just doing it, guys. So Control Shift S. Does it come? Yeah. You see here employee ID in the front.
Yes.
Yeah. So what happened here? See, generally when we get the value, this comes as a string actually, but your concat, it says you have to get the string inside in a single quotes actually, right? That's where the difference is actually. So we are getting it as a string, so we can just pass it as it is. No need to enclose it by a single quotes or double quotes actually, right? So
Okay.
that's where the concat comes. So like that, individual function, and we have seen this actually, right? The substring actually from when to when, 1 to 4 you wanted, you got the Beatles in that, you get the first four, right? You want Beatles from 2, which means it will start from second letter onwards, right? You want a length, you got the length. You want a normalized space, right? So you are getting a value with the space starting actually, right? Then when you put normalized space, then whatever the unnecessary space are there, that will be moved out actually. You want to uppercase the name, right? So just put a uppercase. So what you can do, you
Yes.
just see whatever the functions that are here,
Yes. Yes. We can
and
try.
then yeah, you can just use this. See, you have a employee ID, which is a numeric actually. You have a date of birth with a hyphen. You have a name with English as well as Chinese actually, correct? So now you can try all the three content are there actually, right? You can just write out individual and then see how I can do it, right? So now I got you. Uh, where is this? This is substring before, substring after. These are all the ones that we use very regularly, actually, right? We'll look for. See, now I have taken the 1 comma 4, correct, right? Because I know here is going to be 4 digit actually, right? But you want to check before first hyphen, right? So this is my hyphen, correct. So before this first hyphen, whatever is there, fetch everything. That is my year, right? You can put that also. How do you go for it? This is substring before. See here, this is my substring, right? So I can use the substring before and then get the hyphen. I can put it and then take the hyphen before that, whatever is there.
Yeah.
All right. So use this as your base and then build your
Yes. Yes.
XSLT.
Yes.
See now, each and every program, right? You should have a base actually, right? Now this should be your base for
Yeah.
XSLT,
Excel.
right?
Yeah.
The same way for Outbound Studio, this should be your base, right? You have to build on top of this whatever you wanted. The same way, I'm going to give you the base for Inbound, right? So whenever you start XSLT, start from here, and then
Um,
use that class accordingly, right? Then you have the base ready. Then you will not struggle actually.